Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Monday, March 16th, 2026. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with this one as usual, a weekly chart, and that is that we've been in a sell signal now for a month below the 423.54 rising channel bottom. In correlation right now with a descending channel top at 430.22, this is a zone of resistance that is very sellable and below which, in my opinion, over the next 1 to 2 months, you really don't want to be long Tesla. You want to be short Tesla, whether that means reaching for 335, for instance, strike out of the money puts that don't expire. You know, this is a 2 to 3 month play, I think, at the most. So you might want to go 4 to 6 months out on the expiration price. That is one play that you can make. But we remain heavy below 423.54, expecting 331.24. On the way down, there is a 50% downside retracement that I like as an area that can contain weekly, possibly monthly selling pressures. It does correlate pretty well with this kind of shelf high area that played out the spring of 25. I do have a 358.23 here that you can see, and that is nothing more than a descending channel bottom on the daily chart. And that will correlate well in the next few days with 356.54, sorry. So 356.54 will be a static 3-star support level in our support resistance column that will stay there, in the weeks ahead. It is, I would call this, we could see this within 2 to 3 weeks, 356.54. Now there are support levels on the way down near term, and I can remind you of those. 390.12. We've spiked below 390.12, a 3/8 downside Fibonacci from that December high against the April low of last year. I do think closing below 390.12 is inevitable given our longer-term sell signal that we maintain below the 423.54 to 430.22 region. Sorry, I had to hang up that phone. Forgot to put it on silent before I recorded. So let me say that one more time. I do think that the long-term sell signal that we have still below the 420s, 430s is likely to result in a violation of 390.12. And we may actually see that today. We could quite easily open below 390.12, and with the present volatility in the broader market, not so much Tesla, but I wouldn't be surprised to see 374.90 on an intraday basis. I would expect 382.78, and that is the low area that you can see here that goes back to November of last year and most recently about a week ago. That could be it for the day, but I don't see this as a level 382.78 to buy into for more than, on an intraday basis for a good part of the day. Closing below 390.12, expect within 1 to 3 days, 374.90. And that was a 3 to 5 day swing trade. I think it's narrower now. 374.90 is this longer term channel structure on the weekly chart. There's been a lot of play there over the last year and a half, but I still think it deserves session containment. And if we close below 374.90, and I don't see that today, but it is certainly possible later in the week that if we close below 374.90, this channel bottom at 358.23, then likely 3 to 5 days away. So a bit stair step, but I don't want that to distract from our 350s, what I would call 2 to 3 week target right now. And I say 350s because I'm really more or less looking at 356.54 as the level. If you're a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 week swing trader, now we're already a month into the sell signal, but I do think with presently heightened volatility, we could see 356.54 over the next 2 or 3 weeks, where we could bottom out on a weekly basis, and if settled below our ultimate objective at 331.25, then likely within just another week or two. So with a high volatility sell-off, we could see 331.25 by the end of April, where we actually could bottom out through the second quarter and even into later year. That covers the downside pretty well. Let's talk about the upside here. We do still have 407.82. That is actually in reach today above 390.12, that longer-term 3/8 Fibonacci. 407.82, I don't expect it today, but it is attainable, and it is also our upward pivot point through the rest of the week, or at least into later week. Closing above 407.82 does signal the 423.54 formation yet again within a matter of 2 to 3 days, part of a range up to 430.22 that can contain buying through April, and below which 331.25 remains, I'm going to call it a midterm objective. For me, 2 to 3 months out is midterm. Beyond 2 to 3 months is long term. Now, the last thing I will say, actually, I have two things I want to say. Closing above 430.22 does signal I'm going to go with a good low well into the second quarter, probably through the second quarter. This 537 level then attainable over the next 3 to 5 months, and that is that 6-year rising channel top that we've yet to actually test, but we came close to doing so December of last year. So closing above 530.22, 537 even in reach within 3 to 5 months, and over the following, and this is the same setup on the daily chart, that 430.22 is actually 429.93 on the daily chart. This could be a 3 to 5 week aggressive rally. Could take the better part of 2 months before reaching 497.81. The last thing I'm going to say is we put out 2 stock picks last week at wickedstocks.com, Alcoa and Palo Alto. Now, when I say stock picks, I just need to emphasize that I'm not saying you should rush out and buy those stocks. In fact, we usually have the setup. The buy signal is yet to occur, and what we present are the conditions necessary, and then we support you through that process with updates that we send out the end of every week. Where are we now with respect to this stock pick and that stock pick? And then once they activate, we give you a recommended stop loss level. All the targets are illustrated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when I say that we put out 2 stock picks last week, and Alcoa and Palo Alto, I don't mean that you should rush out and buy those. I see that sometimes in the comments on YouTube. What I suggest is you go to wickedstocks.com and take advantage of our 2-week, 14-day free trial. You'll also get your daily NVDA analysis, daily SPY, daily Triple Q, weekly Apple, S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. A lot going on right now in the market, and I would urge you to go to wickedstocks.com and see the full assortment of what we provide on a daily basis. That is all I have for Monday's Tesla report. You have a great day.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVDA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity.
Start your 2-week free trial and trade with clarity from day one.